Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show. And today's guest, Chicago's own, you read his books. I know you read his books because you listening to the show right now. You read his books, my main man, the one and only, the introduction, the man, the myth, the legend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lamour Bluitt, Chicago's own self-published author, to the RNG Radio Show. Lamour, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing excellent, brother. I'm doing excellent.
Awesome, man. So let's get right into it, Lamour. I know that, of course, you're a self-published author. Tell us about why you even got started in this journey of writing.
Well, writing has always been my passion. As a kid, when I was younger, I've always, been just creating different stories. I used to draw as well, so I was kind of an artist already. And I just love the process of storytelling. My siblings, the ones that was close to me, we used to actually do storytelling and stuff like that. So they used to always encourage me, myself, and inspire me to write, and to write horror movies and stuff like that, because we started off doing a lot of horror, scary storytelling, stuff like that. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. So I was always driven, and I knew that I was destined to actually be a writer.
I love that, man. I love that. Now, Lamour, I know you got, of course, a couple of books out right now. What are the name of the books, and where can folks actually go to get them?
So my first novel is Success: Why Successful People Become Successful and Why Others Don't. And my second novel is Shy Life: Urban Intelligence. As of right now, on my website, you can get Success, which is a self-help novel, on my website at www.lamourbluitt.com, or just put lamourbluitt.com and it'll actually appear. Also, it's available on Amazon as well, so you can go to amazon.com and just purchase the book from there also. And I'm on social media. You can find me on all social media, on Facebook, Lamour Bluitt. I'm on Instagram, Lamour Bluitt at Building Wealth Society, and I am also on LinkedIn, Lamour Bluitt. Feel free to follow me on all platforms, and I'll follow back. My second novel, which is in the process of being revised right now, but it is available for pre-order right now as we speak. So if you want to actually purchase that novel or the ebook, you can actually, I do payment arrangements through Cash App and PayPal, and just feel free to follow me and contact me, and we can go more in depth on the second novel, Shy Life: Urban Intelligence. That's one of my newest novels, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that, and yeah, let's get it.
I love that, man. I love that. Now, what made you, I mean, I know you talked about the horror stories as far as growing up, in the city of Chicago, getting that started, but what made you actually want to write and publish a book about success, because going from horror stories to success is definitely a huge jump. So what made you even want to get into writing the book Success?
Well, not only, by me being an entrepreneur, and someone that always follow personal development and studying other successful people, which I call it high performance people. But the overall thing was I was surrounded by those that were already driven, by success and from success. A few of my friends as well, that I actually grew up with, they have always used to inspire me also. Not only them, but my family again. But I remember sitting down with a few of my buddies, and I was actually talking about, writing a book about, success and self-help, certain rules and everything and principles when it comes to that, and moving ahead, and believing in yourself. And, what's up, because I've always been a writer and I've always been writing in my journals, things like that. So they brought that more to my attention, and I just went from there. I also had a conversation, a deep spiritual conversation with God. And I remember sitting in my room, I just had that conversation with him. So, even God, he encouraged me also, to actually write that book. So that was definitely my purpose.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. And what made you want to go the self-published route instead of the published route? Because I mean, a book like, talking about success, and even from what I read, should be at a huge publishing company because you're speaking facts into people's lives. If you want something, you go after it. If you're driven by something, you go after it. And I love your rules that you even put in the book too, as far as what folks should be doing. I mean, the main thing was, trying something hard, every day, getting out of that comfort zone. So I'm struck by it, even for myself. It was a wake up call for myself because a lot of people go through life where they just say like, oh, I'm fine, or they're okay with their 9 to 5. And it's like, I guess that's it, what is it? Working for 65 years or, then retired and then trying to survive on 11 years, before you croak. So, but back to the basics though, what made you want to do self-publishing instead of regular publishing?
Well, as a self-publisher, I because I'm so independent, I've always wanted to actually go the independent route, especially involved with this particular industry that I actually involved in. And then, at the same time, I didn't really want no one else to have control, over the content that I actually write and the context that I put into these books that I publish. But the overall thing is just to have ownership of my own and something that is my property. And maybe a few years down, I've always told myself I'll actually publish a book instead of being self-published. But I've told myself that I want to at least self-publish 3 books, 3 novels at least, and then my 4th novel, possibly get that published.
Okay, awesome. I love hearing that, man. And then who would you, because I hear you talk about, a lot of great people that you follow, definitely Napoleon Hill was mentioned throughout your book, in addition to one of my people that I follow on social media, Gary Vaynerchuk. Who would you relate to, as far as a hero for inspiration that is your guide?
Well, most importantly, God himself, the Most High, for just giving me this ability and this strength, to actually be able to create, and produce. Also, a few of my other friends out there that we was actually starting our own thing with, being young and becoming entrepreneurs and realizing that we are artistic, in that way and culture. But, I've met a guy, which is one of my students actually as well, and a great friend of mine. His name is David Stamps. He's a writer himself, film producer and everything, and he writes poetry. He's always, inspired myself as well when it comes to storytelling, because he's more in the film industry, and I always want to take my stories and one day and actually turn them into a film, myself. So those individuals always inspire me, including my dad, being in the Navy, SEAL and everything like that. He's always been tough, and I've always just been around militant people that, to a point, I had no choice but to just move forward and always move, accordingly. And, I like to thank them, and for everything that they've done for me and myself to actually get me where I'm at.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. And one question I actually wanted to ask you about the Success book. It's not that long. Folks, get the book. It's not that long of a read. It's something that you can do overnight or even during the week if you need to space out. But it's a great read, and you'll get right through it. How long did it actually take for you to write the Success book?
Well, I remember when I was starting to write it, it was actually 2018 when I was actually getting down my ideas, just to see where I want to go with this story. And at first, it started from just me simply writing down goals and, particular quotes that I write as well, because I just love writing. So it started off as quotes. But it took about 2 years because I had to do all the research, literally study high performance people as well. It's almost like I was interviewing them, without even talking to them as much, so I was just studying them, observing and just taking all that in. And, it took about about 2.5 years, 2 years to actually write that book.
Okay, awesome. I love that. Now, besides being a writer, is there any other services that you offer that folks should know about that has to do with publishing and all?
Oh yeah, so definitely I do marketing as well, as far as for authors and stuff like that. I actually want to know how to market and put their book out there to their audience, and I also do freelance ghostwriting. So I have that service that I offer as well, just in case someone want a book to be written for them, things like that. But my main thing is to teach that person how to write a book themselves and how to get it published. Pretty much how to get their work published. So that's what I teach.
Okay, awesome. I love that. I love that. And do you do any ghostwriting at all as well?
Yes. So I do freelance ghostwriting, and yeah, with that I've written stories for about 5 individuals now. That is pretty anonymous, but actually,
Yes, understandable.
those that are,
Damon John. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If he's listening, hey, he's writing out books left and right. If you need somebody, I'm trying to help you out, brother.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool, awesome. And then, before we continue on with the interview, where can folks again find, where to purchase your book and to find you at on social media?
You can find my book and purchase it at LamourBluitt.com. That's LamourBluitt.com. And you can find me on social media, again, Facebook at Lamour Bluitt. I'm also on Instagram, Lamour Bluitt, at Building Wealth Society. And I'm on LinkedIn, Lamour Bluitt. For my second novel, again, you can actually send me an email at my email, lamourbluitt@gmail.com. We'll go there to purchase that book and the ebook as well. Okay. And also, last but not least, you can find my self-help book on Amazon. Again, so if you want to go to Amazon, whenever you're shopping on Amazon, just don't forget, just type in success, why successful people become successful and why others don't, by Lamour Bluitt, and feel free to purchase that. I appreciate your support.
Awesome. I love that, man. I love that. And then there's a lot of folks who, especially with the self-publishing option through Amazon, and I know it's been around for a while, but a lot of people are just waking up to it, especially since we got so much time on our hands now. What advice would you give to those authors who are looking to just get started out, and writing their book and, or just having that writer's block? Maybe they got 5 pages in and are just stuck. What advice would you give to brand new authors?
So, well, the first thing is to really, really think. And what I've learned from being a writer is you want to be analytical, so you want to be able to analyze things and your thoughts, within that process. But mainly just being fearless, and just putting it out there, first and foremost, putting it out on paper, most importantly, or you can type it up, if you have a typer or something like that, you can type it. As far as catching writer's block, just give yourself permission to write garbage. So what I mean by that, just write garbage. You want to always go over it and reread it. That's what you want to do, of course. But just so you won't actually allow your mind to get that blockage, you want to just let it flow. You want to let it flow. Just like Bruce Lee say, be water. So you want to just let it flow and always go back and actually reread over what you wrote. But yeah, make sure that the story aligned accordingly, and when I mean what I mean by that is pick a topic that you want to talk about, that you want to write about, and that you want others to actually read. Pick a topic, something that is interesting, something that is very creative and unique, and authentic, which is my favorite word. But yeah, you want to be a creative person, and just have fun, be a little dramatic, just have high enthusiasm, and I'll always show that, because what that does is automatically expresses who you are as an individual as well, without you even realizing that. You know, a lot of writers, you know, most writers are just expressing themselves just like musicians, you know, singers, you know, dancers and stuff like that. You know, when they perform and everything, when they speak, you know, they expressing themselves. So it's the same as writing something down, you know, and looking at it visualized. But yeah, definitely just go for it, you know, and just take your time. Don't rush the process at all. You know, don't rush. Set deadlines. That's most importantly. Set deadlines. You know, it's okay to write a page for 30 minutes. You know, a day. You know, if that fits around your schedule, you know, you want to work around your schedule and stuff. But set deadlines. That way, you know that you got to get something done. You know, and you have a certain date or time that you want this complete. You know, things like that. But don't rush it.
Okay, I love that, man. I love that. And I have a treat for the audience, but of course, with your permission. Of course, with your permission, because I did read the book and I told you I loved it. I wanted to know if it's possible if I could read a short excerpt from the book, and if you can just explain for everybody. This starts on page 24. And I just wanted to read a short paragraph, and if you can, just dive deep into it and explain to folks what you mean when you were writing this. If that's okay with you, though.
That's perfect.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So here we go. You have the power to be and do anything to accomplish your goals and needs, and give back, rather, if it's the toughest times of your life. Give them your all and always do your best. You have the power in your hands and mind to play with your own destiny. Never allow anyone to throw you off your element, which is known as mastery. It is sensational of giving value to others. When understanding the subconscious mind, you will start seeing the good in people, meaning others that have the wealth and abundance that you want to achieve. Give more than you shall receive, and do not create doubt in the subconscious mind. Be very clear to what it is to achieve in life. Meet people that will push you and motivate you to that success. Attending events of the highly successful. Set goals to make them clear, and affirmations and visualizations. Can you break that down for us, man? I love that. I love that because for me, real quick, putting the destiny and power in your own hands just speaks volumes. But if you can, Lamour, because I know you're a coach and I know you're a mentor, can you speak on a little bit further on that paragraph?
Wow. So see, being generous is something that I've always speak on. You know, is just being generous, and especially if you're a person, you know, that suffer from trauma, you know, things like that, and actually went through a lot, you know, depression, you know, and anxiety, you know, those type of things. You always want to be resilient and always tenacious, you know. So that's another thing that comes back to being supernormal. Again, you know, it's being supernormal. It's someone that is able to actually do, but not actually do the normal. Someone that is able to take pain, you know, and everything, and you know, all of a sudden being this whole person that they are meant to be. But what I've always say is, we are living in a society where, you know, where you know, they want to conform you, you know, into something that they want you to be, you know, right? So, you know, that it's very important to have control of your own destiny, you know, and just being in charge of your own kingdom, because, you know, truly that is what life is about. And you know, just again, always being able to give, you know, always being able to give and help people, you know, and stuff like that. And because I define what that type of wealth is to me, is being able to help, you know, and give just to see a smile on someone else's face, you know, without expecting nothing in return. But other than that, you know, that is just, it's all about, you know, self-mastery. You know, I speak on, you know, what is like alchemy, you know, a little bit. I'm gonna take it back to the alchemist, you know, alchemy, stuff like that, which is a great, phenomenal book that I've read. And, you know, it comes back down with alignment and being grounded, you know, so therefore you want to create balance, right? So you got all this again, all this problems going on in the world, you know, family, all the stuff that's happening around you, can be friends, you know, whatever, but you know, certain energy would bring you down and affect, you know, people from moving forward and stuff like that and getting ahead, you know. And you know, while you having that going on, you know, at the same time you want to tell the subconscious mind that at the end of the day, no matter what, we might have this problem, but I'm here. I'm still leading here at 10 steps. I'm still leading here at 10 steps. So it's almost like you got the world on your shoulder. But, you know, unfortunately, you're still able to take all of this, you know, all the stuff that's happening around you, whether it's good or bad, but and able to, you know, just continue to move ahead, you know, move forward. So that's when I was writing that paragraph, you know, I wanted to make sure each and every word, you know, made sense and connected to the reader, you know. So that means, you know, I was actually speaking those high words as I was writing it, but I was also visioning something else different that actually goes back to that paragraph, you know. And you know, again, is all about self-mastery. You know, it's all about self-love, self-care, you know, self-awakening, things like that. Actually going back into a spiritual realm, you know. So, yeah, that's pretty much what that was about, that paragraph.
I love that, man. And I mean, the last sentence of it all is literally affirmations and visualizations. I typically will have my affirmations run through the day, you know, and then I'll tend to look over because I usually just have a YouTube video up on the screen to check out, you know, I am wealthy, you know, I'm going to be a billionaire, you know, I have a millionaire mindset. And it's key to have both. And there's a reason why the YouTube video has it where you're not only seeing what you're looking to become, but you're also visualizing it as well. It's one thing to say I am wealthy, but for others may be looking at our positions like, man, them folks that's on the RNG Radio Show are rich because of where we're at or where we put ourselves as a status. But when you look at it and you say like, hey, there's so much more out there, and visualizing it, because a lot of people don't even know what $1 million looks like. They think it's like all this money when it's literally in a small little, it could fit in a shoebox, maybe not even that. And when you compare it to $1 billion, you know, it's like, oh, wow, I didn't realize. But a lot of people need to see both, and I think they need to visualize that. And I think the best way that they could do that is go check out that book. So, Lamour, while we're wrapping up, man, give me that social media information one more time, and where folks can find you.
Yes, indeed. So you can find me again on Facebook, Lamour Bluitt. That's LamourBluitt. And I'm on Instagram, Lamour Bluitt, at Building Wealth Society. And you can also follow me on LinkedIn, Lamour Bluitt. Feel free again to get my book, Success, Why Successful People Become Successful and Why Others Don't, at my website again, LamourBluitt.com, also on Amazon. And if you want to order your pre-order of my new novel that's coming in, which is available for pre-orders, again, feel free to send me a message, you know, from either one of those social media platforms, or please email me again at my email, lamourbluitt@gmail.com.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, Lamour, I want to thank you so much taking the time out of your day to come on the RNG Radio Show to talk about your books and where folks can actually pick it up at, man. So I really, really appreciate having you on the show, man.
Thank you, man. I'm excited, bro. It's been an honor.
Definitely. Definitely, and more to come, And for the folks at home, be sure to check out the RNG Radio Show Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. on Facebook Live, or you can catch us out on the replay on YouTube with great interviews such as these. Lamour, thank you again for being on the show, man. Greatly appreciate having you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
Philosopher on the beat.